I guess it could be both. Liquid gold or something. I know last year when I was here, I came down here because they were doing videos for the Super Bowl. And so they had, you know, Patrick Mahomes up there and stuff. And all that. And you know what, Joseph, that is still a conversation they're having. Even today. I think some casino executive said something about that. We'll go ahead and get out of here. Just because I don't want to draw attention to myself and I have my lights and everything on here. Okay. Staff parking, okay. Ride share, okay. Yeah, if they ever tried to shut down the strip and make it pedestrian only, it'd be like New Year's Eve every night. The traffic down here. I did New Year's down here one time, never again. It was a zoo. It was freezing and there were like 5 zillion people down here. Yeah, it does. Oh, okay, so they've got some times going on up over here. Really wish you could just park and watch the thing. More Henderson PD units up here, collecting OT. Right, so now back over here to Koval. For some reason, everything just cleared out. I don't know why, but I'm not going to complain about it. Maybe all the police presence that just seem to have popped up down here has something to do with it. There's 2 of them over there you can see on the left. There's a motorcycle cop over here on the right. Or at least his bike is there. I can't see which agency he's from though. He could be Henderson also. It's hard to tell. See the monorail there overhead? Not really the best mode of transport between casinos that are really close together. And I'm sure the taxi lobby had something to do with that when they were talking about and actually constructing the thing. Making sure that it wasn't too easy for people to use. Now, if you're going from Mandalay Bay to, say, the convention center, great. But you're still going to have a ton of walking to do. It's located at the back of all these resorts, right? So, and I think it was like 5 years ago, maybe just before COVID, they had talked about putting in a light rail system. And then they said, oh no, an express bus system would be far better. And I'm like, no. I love my car. I love driving. I've always loved driving. I think that comes out in my videos, you know. It is a waste. Yes, absolutely, Michael. Yeah, unless you're going from one end of the strip to the other, it just doesn't make sense. But I wouldn't mind taking a light rail, especially like down to Fremont or something. I could go have more beer. Oh my goodness, this cop is working as a crossing guard. Oh, so sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. Oh my God. Wow. So, you know, I did a video, this reminds me of a video I did like with on the east side of town, of course, with a whole bunch of school zones. And it was like some of the school zones had the crossing guards, others did not. And I'm like, how do they cherry pick? How do they choose which one is going to get a crossing guard? Which school is going to get a crossing guard and which one doesn't? And so now, the adults going to the Sphere get a police officer as a crossing guard. Always something different. That's what I love about this town. There's always something different to see. You never know what you're going to see. Yep, exactly, Michael. Yep. So there's that's a walkway overhead, I guess, between, is that the one from the Venetian over to the Sphere? So those are some of the concert goers in there. I think that's what that is. Yeah, and even the monorail, if they were to try and build that, I still think the taxi industry would go nuts. Even given their diminished influence simply because of Uber and Lyft, but there's so many taxis in this town. So we're gonna make this left onto Sands and head back over to the Strip. That's one of the things I really, really liked about Seattle, was the light rail up there. You get out 15 miles south of the airport. Only if you have a ticket. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. It's good advice, good information. You get up, you get up there. You arrive at the airport. You're 15 miles south of the city, and then you get in the get on the light rail, and it just takes you straight into the core of downtown. You don't need a car up there. In fact, a car is probably a detriment trying to get around up there, right? Because of all the parking. Yeah, Mike, I loved it up there, getting around up there. Did they ever expand it north? Because when I was there last, it only went to, like, what is it called? Westlake Mall or something? But they had talked about moving it north of there and going up into the northern parts of town. And how far south does it go? It doesn't go to Olympia, right? I think that's Amtrak only. Really? I did not know that. Wow, D-Man. Yeah, it's funny when you go east, like Washington and New York. Oh, you did live up there. Wow. I didn't know that. It's better than 120 degrees. We'll be up 26, 27. Right on. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I saw, the transit cops in Washington and New York all the time looking for tickets and stuff. So after that, I got kind of scared. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I have to pay everything. Not that I would ever try to not pay, but sometimes you just don't know. And you don't know if you're, like if you pay from one point to another point, but you don't realize it, and you're like a tourist, and you don't know which point you paid for. You don't know if one point, is farther away than another or whatever, it's because you're new to you. Look at the line for Wynn and Encore here. Saturday night. Yeah, Amtrak, absolutely, yes. Yeah, it's incredible that Vegas, and now they're getting the Brightline, but I just read in the paper yesterday, they announced their pricing for Brightline. $119 each way. $119 each way. It's $138 if you want what they're calling some sort of like double standard. It's like a first class type of thing. $138, so it's almost $240 round trip, and you don't have your car, which is fine if you're coming from LA up here, like it was said earlier in the chat. If you're coming from LA up here, then it's fine, because if you just get off and you go to your casino and that's it. because a lot of folks don't need cars when they come here. But to go down to LA, there's no way you're going down to LA without a car. So we'll see how successful that is. I know the Brightline that runs between Miami and Orlando, I think it's like $39 fares or something. And that's 200 miles. So this is what, 300 miles, and they want that much more money? Yikes. Yeah, they really need to work on that pricing, because I mean, you can fly for cheaper than that, and that'll put you down at LAX. So there is the world's second largest LED screen there on the side of Resorts World. It's right over here on our left. Advertising Nelly. Oh, that's tonight, the 25th. And then they have ads up there. Just regular old ads. Resorts World, Hilton, Crockford's, Conrad. And then up here on the right, Fontainebleau. And then what's right up here just past Resorts World? The $5 billion Circus. $5 billion. Why does this lane end? No one's gonna let me over. Look, kids, Big Bad Barnum. So Resorts World just reported its... Yeah, me too, Joseph, absolutely. Yeah. Just like with the Oakland A's coming here. I'll believe it when I see it, the way the financing and all that's going now. Peppermill, right there on the right. Nothing like the Peppermill in Reno. It's a full-blown casino resort in Reno. There it is right there. But this is a lot smaller. And then Westgate Hotel and Casino. Rancho Cucamonga. Yes! Yes, that's the other part of it, Vegas Unlocked. I saw that. Like, you could have deposited me out in the suburbs. Oh my goodness. And how many Ubers and taxis will be waiting outside that station when they get back down there? I have no idea who thought of that. 3 hours. Wow. And that's high speed, huh? Because it's what, 5? If there's no traffic, it's like 4.5, 5 hours. But if there's traffic,